right, everybody. Welcome to the week. Let's see where we're going this week. We do have Lionsgate happening this week. I am in the process of doing an individual reading for each zodiac sign around that energy. Lionsgate is the 888 portal happening on August 8th this week. It's 888 because 2024 reduces to the number 8 as well. So take a look at the energy of putting in the work. That's what Lionsgate is about. It is a portal. It is an energetic kind of opening for you to create some opportunities in your life. Lionsgate is Leo energy, and that is about optimism, but it's also about being dynamic. And as I'm doing this reading, we are in the new moon energy, new moon in Leo. So this is about planting the seeds for future opportunities. So let's see what wants to come through the reading this week for you. Let's see what wants to come through. Okay. All right. Meditate. All right. Oh, yeah. Shadow. Good fortune. And divinity. Some of you are kind of in a scarcity mentality right now, and it's time to use this Leo energy to really expand yourself. Okay, get yourself out there in an energetic way that is aligned, that is true to you. It's not just this like, oh, I'm just going to put myself out there in a million different ways, a million different scattered ways. Be aligned with where you're going. And where is that, right? Where is that? Where we have Jupiter in Gemini, which is very expansive energy. It's all about what do we want to create in our lives? What truth are we aligning with to create opportunities that are aligned with us? And, it's really time to step into this power. Now, shadow, this definitely feels like scarcity mentality to me. Okay, so let's go into the reading and see what we can see. And scarcity or lack mentality can really hamper you. It's a belief system that says, I can't have what I want. And you just are not questioning it. There's some things that have been planted in us because of our families or because of what we think we can achieve or what we think we can have, what we're allowed to have. Think about that word. What are you allowed to have? And what are you not allowed to have? That's a good journaling exercise, a good exercise to meditate on in this energy of Lionsgate. So let's see what the reading shows here. 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. There's another 8. That's look at that. That's scarcity mentality right there. 4 of Pentacles. This is a lot of opportunity coming your way. But if you're in that energy, that shadow, I can't afford it. I don't have the money to do something. What are the things that you're thinking about? Because today also Mercury goes retrograde, and Mercury retrograding in Virgo, it's going to go back into Leo in a little while here, but it starts at 4 degrees Virgo. And that Mercury retrograde in Virgo says Virgo is about the details of things. And the Jupiter energy is about what's possible, right? It's the bigger perspective. So we're really looking at what we think is possible for ourselves. And I just get the feeling that there's a lot trying to come into you. There's a lot of opportunity trying to make its way toward you, but that you're blocking it. You're blocking it with some kind of lie you're telling yourself. I'm not worthy. I'm not valuable enough. 4 of Swords is the healing of that. And then look, an 8. 8 of Cups and walking toward the King of Pentacles. This can happen in time for Libra energy. So that's in late September and into October. We'll talk more about the astrology of things in other videos. I'm going to talk more about Jupiter is going retrograde, not until October. But there's a lot of interesting astrology in the middle of August that I'm going to focus on. And that might have some relevance here with this way I'm not allowing myself to even dream big enough. This says to me that some of you are manifesting from a place of lack. So it's sort of like you're only dreaming big enough of what you think is possible. And if you're coming from a lack mentality, you don't think much is possible. So you're like, well, boy, I really, I kind of want this project, or I want this new job, or I want this. And it's like, the more you can see from a bigger perspective of your life, the more you can get out of the details, right? We have Virgo in retrograde and Mercury, and that is about details. But that is also holding us back a little bit. It's a time to get out of the details and see the bigger picture, so you can go, oh, all right, look it, this is my potential in life. I have this mission and purpose to do all of this. I'm never going to get there if I'm doing these little incremental steps. It's time to think bigger. Okay. This Lionsgate energy you can use to think much bigger. There it is. There's the sun. That's Leo energy. Woo! Look at that. Ace of Pentacles opportunity coming in. Queen of Wands, creative opportunity. Leo, all across the board there. 3 of Cups, 6 of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. The new moon is a time for manifesting, and manifest from a place of your true creative genius rather than from a place of, I wish I were, okay? Or something like that kind of diminishes you. Some of you need to get away from a group of friends that are too small. Okay, they're holding you back. I don't feel like it's necessarily conscious, but I think you're starting to see that where you're, who you spend the most time with is who you're most like. And if you're spending time with people who are negative or not really aligned with the spiritual mission and path that you have, you're going to find yourself, especially if you're susceptible to being pulled off your path by other people's opinions, or am I doing this right, or something like that. This is why in Pathfinders, I'm so dedicated this year to helping you hear yourself, helping you hear your true self, helping you hear the self you are becoming, helping you hear your intuition, and absolutely having a level of confidence to say, yeah, that's me. That's truly me. That's who I am. I'm not these people around me who have low self-esteem or are, doing things that are diminishing their capacity. They have capacity too, but they're not doing it. Okay. They're not doing it. So I feel like you are making yourself almost small because of these people. There's some part of you that knows that if you really fully become who you are, they may reject you because of jealousy or just because they're not doing it. A lot of times people are not doing their work, are not walking their spiritual path, are not expanding into who they're here to become, and they don't like it when you do it. So if you're hanging out with that group, it might be time to move away from that. Because they're going to cut you down every single time, maybe in ways that don't seem like it, but they're going to pull you off your path. So the Magician, the 6 of Wands, and the King of Swords. All right, this is beautiful energy of clarity. This is Aquarian energy. This is a little bit about getting out of your comfort zone here and going it alone, or going it based on what you want to create. And if other people don't come along, then it's like, okay, don't take it personally. It's not their path. Some of you are holding on to a person. I don't think you're doing this. I don't. I think this is like, you think this person has so much more potential than they really do have. It's like, I want you to put a sign on their forehead that says, as is. This is who they are. A lot of times we have this tendency to kind of see the magic inside someone that they don't even see inside themselves. And we think that by seeing that and loving that and embracing that they will see it in themselves too. But it's almost like they feel that you're lying to them. 7 of Swords, even though you're not really. But that's also kind of denying their own divinity, their own goodness of now, right? This is where they are. And this is what they want. Okay, this is who they are. And let people be who they are. So turn that whole idea around to you of like, if you see someone else's potential, why aren't you seeing your potential? Why aren't you doing the same thing to you? That's what this is about. Turn that around. Move away from this energy of you're trying to love someone else into their success or into the person you know they can be. Instead, love you into the person that you know you are. Okay. And we had Jupiter moving into Gemini. That happened earlier this year. And that's really about seeing the bigger picture, because sometimes when we're so down deep in the details, the weeds of things, we lose sight of the vision. Okay. Later this month, we have a full moon in Aquarius, and that's about vision. It's about seeing beyond. And Carolyn Mace, somebody I really respect and dearly love, she's written a ton of books. I've been to one or two of her workshops, and she teaches about what it's like to see things from a basement apartment in New York City versus the penthouse. And this is not about money, really, although you do have the good fortune here. We're talking symbolically about putting yourself in the penthouse so you can see way beyond this neighborhood. The neighborhood's important. Don't get me wrong. Creating community is going to be very important in 2024. But you can see what the possibilities are. You see the whole thing. And when I was working in TV news, I remember doing this every day. I would go from the big picture down to the detail. I would look and see what all the sort of the universe of the stories that were going on around me. I would listen to this reporter and listen to that reporter and listen to the assignment editor and take in, okay, this is the lay of the land today. And then bring it down into the detail of how do I put together my newscast, right? What's most important when we're looking at the lay of the land? If you're looking too much in the detail, you're not going to really be able to prioritize, because everything will look like it's immediate. Everything will look like it's an emergency, or everything will look like it's not important. So you've got to get up to that penthouse of your own life. And this is why I do so much work around mission and calling, because it does have to do with, am I aligned with that so I can work with the energies that are going on? No matter what happens, there's lots of twists and turns to come in 2024, which I will talk about in future videos in terms of the astrology. But to navigate twists and turns, instead of being upended by everything that comes your way, it's like, know your own North Star, so that you can be like, all right, okay, this is what's happening. And I'm just realigning myself to go toward my North Star. I'm using the energies of what's happening right now, and I'm embracing the opportunities, Leo. I'm seeing the possibilities, Jupiter, and I'm aligning myself with my own mission and purpose so that I never get out of authenticity. I'm never out of authenticity. Okay? Okay, so the opportunity coming in here creatively, Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. This is about service, and the Devil card. This is about the difference between being of service and being focused on what do I look like to the rest of the world. I used to say that, it used to really bother me when I was growing up and I had the experience of being in a group that was all about appearances. What does it look like to other people? And that is I think that's a very dangerous place to be, because you're constantly subjected to the whims of other people's perspectives versus being of service, which is constantly in alignment with people's divinity, constantly in alignment with your own divinity. then no matter what happens, if you're aligned with that service, being of service, yeah, are there going to be ups and downs? For sure, but there's a new opportunity coming in here to really align with what you're here to do, with your calling, and know that I feel like there's a lot of money that comes with this King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the good fortune card. The shadow of that is greed, right? The shadow of that is greed. And so am I, the thing to ask yourself, am I always being of service? Am I always being of service? And this is about your own potential, your own amazing gifts. There's the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. I'm getting a sub-story here that the sub-story is that there is a partner, a business partner, love partner, long-term, King and Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. There's somebody standing in the way of that. Like you feel like remember what I said about you think that you give them a lot more credit than what they deserve, or they're as is. And you still like, oh no, they have this huge potential, but they might not see it and they might not ever realize it and they might not ever want it. So it's kind of like you're betting on somebody else aligning with your vision of them, which may not be their vision of them. So I feel like some of you are now able to see that whole thing about as is, that this person is not, may or may not. Does it matter? It does if you're betting everything on the fact that, on the idea, no, on the projection that they will become who they are here to be. You just focus on you becoming who you're here to be, and that will align with another person who's here to be, who's doing what they're here to be. Okay. So let's go deeper into this. I will pull cards for each zodiac sign to give you a little perspective from your own energy, your own zodiac energy, and let's see where we go. All right, link is below if you want to continue on. If this is your reading, I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.